Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. HeirofCarthage here, and we're going to be continuing our Chaos Dwarves campaign. We are having some pretty good success. We did finish the war against Grimgor with the help of some allies, and I picked up some new mountain territory, which is pretty. You should visit there in the summer sometime, it's quite nice. And we're going to continue where we left off. I did get a couple of requests for names on some of these magma cannons. I want to make sure we get these in right now. So the magma cannon, one of them is going to be the Iron Chef because it's so busy roasting the enemy all the time. And then we had another request here come in on the magma cannon, and I believe this one was Hot Mess. So appreciate those suggestions. Now, of course, if you have continued name suggestions, please let me know. We've got plenty of units that could use some names here. We got blunderbusses and other units. Now, we did also get a request that a sorcerer lord get a new name here, and it was going to be yeah. So this guy is now going to be Pizza the Hashut. Obviously a play on Pizza Hut there. How about the? Well, it won't let me put any of those in. Let's see. What was did Pizza Hut have like a saying? I don't know what their saying was. Pizza sends out for you. Let's see if that'll fit. Oh, it's not gonna fit. Here, I'll do this. Alright. Close as I could get there. Obviously a play on Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs, which I always appreciate. So let's continue our campaign. Appreciate the suggestions there. I will get to a couple of comments when we're on a turn-in to try and read some of those top comments that people are sending in. We need to continue the war against Clan Ferric with Pizza the Hashut's army here, which is a whole bunch of hobgoblins and skin wolves. So it should be a fun army here, because again, we've got these guys all doped up on upgrades from Gorda's Backstabber. It looks like we can kind of get a quick auto-resolve win here, so let's go ahead and snatch up another territory here. I've got a fair bit of Conclave influence, so I should be able to occupy this all the way up at level 3. That's going to further my Conclave influence gathering efforts, and we're going to want some defense, and we're also going to want some money. And then as far as other things here, what do we want here? Both Centaur Tarks. Control honestly isn't gonna hurt, and then raw material. I don't know. We'll kind of pick that next building as we go. We're running a little bit low on funds. I had a whole bunch of funds at the end of the last episode. I went ahead and invested it in some new buildings. I was upgrading some of our settlements, like here. Those are expensive upgrades. Buildings take a long time unless you use labor to accelerate it with the Chaos Dwarves, which we can occasionally, though I don't feel like we're in any position to need to do so right now. We've got more skill points we need to take care of on Astragoth. I'm going to go ahead and start with Basalt Body here. I want to get to this Dark Sacrifice upgrade, so we need to spend 2 skill points, and I'm probably going to go for Piercing Intellect and Infernal Lord, and then I'm going to get Dark Sacrifices, but we'll see here. Armament. Oh, no, we want this one, the upkeep for Bull Centaurs. So we're going to do Architect of Evil. Honestly, this one's not bad right here either. Master of the Conclave. I'll think about those. We'll pick the one that we feel like is going to be Bound Spell, Burning Wrath. So we're going to want those. And Dark Sacrifice basically decreases the Winds of Magic cost by a whole lot for the Hellhammer spell. The Hellhammer is a very potent spell at busting up enemy blobs. So we need to hit Mount Silver Spear and Mount Grey Hag. It's going to be our next targets. So we'll hit those on the upcoming turns. We've still got yet another skill point. We can find it quickly here. That's going to be on Pizza the Hashut. And I guess he's going to need... firing drills would be good. It's going to upgrade our Hobgoblin archers, but then also Fervent Fodder would further upgrade our Hobgoblin infantry line. It's going to give leadership, and then ultimately 6 more melee defense. This one is going to give ammunition and missile strength. Both of these would be useful, so I feel like we should probably spend some time doing that. Burning Head would also be handy. But let's go ahead and... These infantry are kind of the backbone of our army. Let's spend some upgrade points making them as useful as we possibly can. And let's go ahead and get ready to end our turn here. I'll go take a look at some of your comments and get to them. But yeah, appreciate the continued comments. I love it. Again, the names, you suggest all the stuff that you want. And by the way, it was JR who wanted Pizza the Hashut, so appreciate that. HP says, by the way, for Hobgoblin armies, the Overseer has a skill that lowers their cost even more. Interesting. I didn't know that. I've already got a Sorcerer Lord, but that's a great note for the future. Thank you, HP, for the reminder. And it was T-Rex Rex, who's a long-time channel subscriber, or channel supporter, he's a member, who suggested the Iron Chef name for our Magma Cannon, so appreciate it, T-Rex. Let's see, wielding destruction, add durability, weapon strength. Weapon strength's always cool. I mean, durability's good too. That's gonna go to our convoy. All right, let us get back to the business here of wrecking our enemies. I can't reach either of these settlements in a single turn's march, which is a little frustrating. But what I'll do is just march up to this point, and then we'll hit Mount Greyhag on the next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some extra cash in here, so I'm gonna need some raw materials to help with that. And let's head back to the north in our war against Clan Ferric. So we need to hit Stormvrack Mount, Pillar of Skulls, and Tribal Slaughter. That is a very kind of widespread province here that we're working on against the Skaven. So it looks like we could go for Pillar of Skulls. Let's maybe go for Tribal Slaughter. I wonder if the Underground offers me slightly better move here. Maybe so. Let's go ahead and go underground there. Alright, so Karak Doom, we did get some money in place here. Let's go ahead and start upgrading that, and then I'm going to use some of my cash to upgrade here. This building's kind of on the front line, so I want to get it up and functioning as quickly as possible. That's why we spent the Conclave influence on that as well. Speaking of Conclave influence, we have a fair bit. We had a seat stolen from us here, which gave us the extra diplomatic relations and trade income tariffs. That's why we just lost a bunch. If I just get 150, we can usurp that back over the next 4 turns. Or we could just go for a new seat. But at the moment, I kind of want that one back. Like, that one gives me a lot of extra benefits. So I'm probably going to steal that back from them. Let's take a look at some of our upgrades here. Total War increases Hellforge options, which we definitely want. But it's going to be somewhat limited right now by our economy, so we could go ahead and put it in place and go down that road should we choose to. This immune to attrition would be good. That's going to take a long time to get to. It's going to require us to go through some of these other here. Minus leaders, signature spell casting. Get to work to live. Construction time for outposts. Construction sauce, outpost buildings. Just trying to think through. We got wartime economy here. Construction time -1 for basic and advanced military buildings. That could be handy at times, but that's also going to take up construction costs for defense buildings and time for defense buildings. Let's see what else. Hotter furnaces, harbor guilds. Armaments output plus 10% is pretty nice. That's a pretty good upgrade. Let's go ahead and start rolling that. And then let's take a look at our unassigned skill points. That looks like right now is just our convoy. And we can throw either hidden... Let's do hidden stores so they'll replenish faster. It's a very small convoy. Speaking of convoys, we can have up to 3 going at a time right now. We've got 2 that are returning to capital. So we'll wait and put those back into play here soon. So that's great that we can have a lot of convoys going. We'll try to use that to our advantage. Let's go ahead and skip those outpost upgrades because I'm just not interested in them at the moment. We're going to continue things. Plowing ahead towards Chaos Dwarf victory. We definitely need to get our economy rolling stronger. I feel like with a little bit of effort and work here, we can get a whole lot more raw materials and armaments cranking out, which... Again, it's just going to make us super dangerous, but we're also going to need gold to pay the upkeep on future armies. So definitely looking forward to that. The real baddie asked, why did that tower settlement only have 4 slots after you put it all the way to tier 4? I would have been so mad. Some of them do. it is kind of unfortunate. I hate that it is that way. I would honestly like it if they all tower buildings had a little more, but I think it's just the nature of that settlement itself. It can be a tower, and honestly it's still somewhat helpful as a tower because it gives me the conclave influence. But yeah, I can certainly see the frustration that people might get with it. Let's throw that in here, and we've got a very minor Skaven garrison, so I'm just gonna auto-resolve them. And if I'm looking at the things we need, we have a decent bit of raw materials coming in, so I might go ahead and pick up a factory, and then we'll grab the next one as an outpost, and we'll kind of just alternate back and forth. And then as we move along, if I kind of find a better balance, for instance, maybe you want like 2 strip mines to a factory, you know, or something like that. We'll kind of figure that out as we go. I'm still kind of figuring out the balance now. I actually had a factory to begin with there, which is great, because now we're getting really good armaments income. So definitely like to see that. Might just go ahead and upgrade this building here. It's going to take a number of turns, and we'll use our raw materials to that regard. Let's go with the Architect of Evil. That should, help a little bit in terms of the upkeep costs that we're paying. We're gaining conclave influence quickly, so we'll go buy our seat back here soon. Let's head up to our Hobgoblin army and take a look at Tribe Slaughter here. Let's see how many Skaven are hiding in this festering hole. Quite a few, in fact. In fact, I think this is the leader of Clan Ferric. I could be wrong. They've got some pretty tough units here. Got some Storm Vermin. It's predicting we can win, which we probably can. That's a little bit concerning, though, the Plague Claw catapults. We have the Wolves to run down any of their skirmishers, though Skaven skirmishers are pretty tough in melee, so our Wolves may not be able to finish that. But we do have the Skin Wolves as well, which would help quite a bit against like the Wolf Rats. Let's just hold these guys in an encirclement and see if we can kind of burn them down a little. We have access to some new units here. The Demon's Tongue Dreadquake Mortar and others. I definitely want to put those to use. So let's go down here to Mount Greyhag and take a look at this army. I'm going to get rid of Agla Khan's Wolf Boys. Once they become available again, we'll put them in the other army. Let's go ahead and get into this Regiment of Renown. I definitely want to get the Demon's Tongue Dreadquake Mortar into here. That's going to leave us very artillery heavy in this army. We still have these other two, and we may want to put those in the other army as well. So I will consider that, because the Iceforge Legion is pretty good, as is the Soul of Damnation. So let's go ahead and get the Dreadquake Mortar. The Dreadquake Mortar is awesome. Plus, it's attached to an Iron Demon, so it's kind of a dual-purpose unit. Really fun to use. This army is getting real scary, real fast, and I am here for it and approve of it. Hopefully you all like it too. You're going to love to see that Dreadquake Mortar in action. Let's see. What I'm going to do here. We finished Hard to Hit. We got Woundmaker. We were maybe working on, I think some plate armor would be good. Building upgrade available. We don't actually have a ton of cash or other things. Let's just kind of wait a turn here on the upgrades and save up a little more. Let's see what the Skaven decide to do here. So that Dreadquake Mortar definitely going to cost us some additional upkeep, and we're going to see that. But I'm trying to get some new income sources as we roll along here. And as we conquer more territory and over the next few turns, because it does take a while for our buildings to complete, we should see our economy really start to kick up. Looks like the Bone Rattlers, led by Azag, are going to declare war on me. I'm curious to see how quickly they end up in my territory. Alright, so we were attacked by Clan Ferric. This does not look good. They brought in reinforcements. They have a Gracier, which means they're going to have Warp Lightning, which is almost an auto win. Because what we have in this scenario here is that we would have to kill the Skaven just massively in order to win here, because numbers-wise, they're in good shape. Quality, like, I mean, even our crappy Hobgoblins here are better than most of their units by a pretty fair shot. But, you know, just numbers-wise, we're in trouble, and we don't have any real hard-hitting units here to really stick it to the Skaven in a blob, and I just don't have the... Like, if we had Burning Head or something else like that, too, again, we'd be in pretty good shape, but we just don't. So I'm going to fall back from this fight. and we'll pick our battle a little better here. So like, for instance, on the next turn, that one army is in a force march there, and we should be able to single them out and try and pull all the reinforcements in behind it. Now, that could allow me to get at their Grey Seer early. However, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall back over to this point, and these Marauders don't get the benefits that my other Hobgoblin units get, and part of me would like to just get more Hobgoblin units here. Those Wolf Riders, well, I disbanded them, so I guess they're actually still available. It'd be nice to get these Wolf Riders. We could replace one of our regular Wolf Archers with them, because these guys are also good in melee. And then that would allow me to have more Wolves that are decent in melee. And then I think I'm going to replace these Marauders. So I'm going to fall back from this and try and get a little bit better units into this. I feel like the Sneaky Gits would be a nice grab here because of their anti-infantry bonus and then their poison. The standard Hobgoblin infantry here, though, are pretty good as well, because they're going to come in with higher attack and defense. Not higher attack, no poison, but there's certainly better melee defense. So I don't know, those might be a good pick too. And speed is decent on all of them, but yeah, let's rework this army just a little bit to be better prepared to go against those Skaven. And since we're working so many Hobgoblins over here, I mean, it probably does make sense that we should have put this building in instead. So let's do it, and we'll fix that up on the next turn. Astragoth, in the meantime, there is a Skaven army raiding in my territory. They will probably run away rather than fight us, as one would expect from the Skaven, but I'm going to go over here and confront them, nonetheless. Hopefully they'll stand... No, okay. Here I am hoping that the Skaven stand their ground. I don't know what in the world I was thinking in that regard. They'll have to probably run underground. Maybe we'll get an interception on them. We'll see. Let's go ahead and start building some defenses here. Convoy contracts. Do we have... Alright, we still got... Okay, this guy's back at the capital, so this is our best convoy. And let's first maybe get a handle on what it is that we want to try and bring in from our convoy. I'm doing fine on raw materials. We're doing fine on armaments. And when I look at labor, doing pretty decent on the labor front as well. We've got extra here that I can pull in here just to kind of clear that up. We don't have labor needs in these other ones, but I mean, honestly, like I said, I just feel like you can never really have too much labor, so I'm probably just going to send my convoy out after some more labor. We're about to get some more on this one in one turn, though, so I don't know. Let's go look at the contracts. So let's add our master here, and let's see what kind of contracts are available. I mean, money is never bad if there's something... I mean, here, for instance, we could sell some armaments and make a lot of money, and it would be a relatively quick trip and only 4 turns. Let's just go ahead and do that real quick. Let's make a quick run to Pig Barter and pick up a lot of gold. That could be handy. We've got extra armaments at the moment anyway. So, yeah, let's roll that. Okay, building available. Speaking of buildings, let's go look at our overall situation. Income generated, so we're doing alright on income. Like, it's not amazing, but it's pretty solid. There is this building here, which could increase the output of these other raw material buildings to help support the factory, and then we could also upgrade this factory. And then, I mean, I'm gonna save just a little bit of cash from this turn, just to be a little more careful here. So let's go ahead and end this turn. We'll get ready to resettle our Goblin army just a little bit. I tell you what would be useful in that Goblin army would be something like a Kadai Destroyer. It wouldn't fit the exact theme of like an all-goblin. Look at these guys, ran away from me. So Tret, oh no, it was a different army. So Tret's gonna show up at Mount Greyhag that we just took. His other army runs from me. That one shows up and hits a settlement that's unguarded. So Tret is very brave, as one might expect from his character. So now I've got a stinking Skaven army that went across a river or a gorge or something that I'm gonna have to deal with.
You need something, so
Okay, I don't know why you're ending a military access pact, but sure. Whatever. Now, are you guys at war with the Skaven?
Enter then. Are you after a
Yes.
drink?
So is there a reason why you just passed right past a Skaven army, like both of you? Like just like, hey, that's cool. Skaven army right in the middle of Allies territory. Let's just leave it, you know? No biggie. This army is going to go up here and start attacking all of my minor settlements, which is going to be irritating. I would love to get a decisive engagement going with the Skaven here. I'm going to come down here and hide and see if we can maybe catch Tretch unawares, headed towards one of these other settlements. I don't know, we'll see. And again, with this army, they're in my territory. It's irritating. However, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can really do about it at the moment because I'm stretched a little too thin. We could, you know, kind of hope to hold against Clan Ferric over here and bring this army down to help, but I don't want to abandon things to Clan Ferric up here at the moment either. Let's get rid of these Marauders, by the way. And let's check our allied recruitment. Only available in the encamp stands. Do they have anything infantry-wise? No, they don't have, like, champions or anything that I would be more interested in. So I think I'm probably just going to add a couple more units of Cutthroats, and then let's get rid of one of these Wolf Riders and pull in the Regiment of Renown version. Or, it is on a cooldown. It didn't show that, or at least I didn't see it on the last one. Dadgummit, now I got rid of the other one. Well, let's go ahead and pull in the Iceforge Legion. Might as well. It's going to have a lot of upkeep cost, but that will also significantly increase the power of this army by having that little bit of extra infantry that gets buffed, and then the Iceforge Legion. That'll put us in a much better position against the Skaven. We do have some skill points, and it looks like it is on some of our convoy characters, maybe? Yeah. Let's finish off Wayfinders, because that reduces our ambush chance. Speaking of convoy, let's look at convoys. We only have one active. The other two are returning to the capital, so we'll get them reset soon. And let's go ahead and end our turn. See if we can lure in some Skaven armies for defeat. Clan Rictus is about to be a pain in the butt here. In some ways, I kind of wish I would have just brought both my armies together down here. That way we could have KO'd Clan Rictus quicker and then had an army closer in case the Greenskins ended up in our territory sooner, which they very well could. What do you want? Hey, why are you doing this?
So you come to me.
I guess... Oh, it's because they declared war on Kolek. Yeah, alright, whatever. Well, you're stupid, so... Not my fault you don't know how to manage a war village. Sucks, though, because we're going to lose the money off that trade agreement. I'll have to see if I can find another new trade agreement. Let's head into diplomacy. Quick deal. Trade agreements. Goldtooth is close to considering a trade agreement. It's not worth a whole lot, though.
Must faced.
Aye. Nah.
Agreed.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any easy agreements up for the taking at the moment, so... We'll just leave it be for now. We're not going to die money-wise, and we're about to get a bit of a cash infusion there. And of course, the Skaven saw me and then just took off running, so... Oh, man. Have I ever mentioned that I hate fighting the Skaven? Not only are they not fun to fight on the battlefield because of, like, all the warp lightning and stuff, they also just, like, won't fight. They just run around like morons and won't engage you. The Skaven are just utterly, infuriatingly annoying to fight against on the campaign map. Alright, I'm going to move forward in an ambush stance here, see if we can get lucky, because that's all we're going to be able to go for against the Skaven. So this one is back. Let's add that master. Let's look for a relatively simple convoy like this here. It's not going to gain us much, but it will give this convoy a chance to earn some better units. And speaking of better units, that reminds me, I wanted to get back in here. There's one of these that whenever you finish a convoy, you get like a guaranteed unit. Ceaseless March, Campaign, Smog Shroud. Where the heck? Did we already get it? One of these is like a guaranteed unit when you finish a convoy. Maximum number of active convoys. Yep, all convoys gain an additional unit when completing. All right, sweet. All right, just wanted to make sure we had that, because with these little quick convoy missions, it's a good way to gain units. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can spend some of my raw material, like there. That'll give us more income. Let's take a look at our other provinces real quick, because we had a pretty big pile of raw materials on our hands. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run that upgrade there. There we go. All right, so we've got a couple upgrades underway so that we're not just sitting on all our raw materials. Let's go ahead and head to the tower. And at the tower, we had a seat stolen from us down here. It was this one that gave me better tariffs. I'm gonna reclaim that seat. Jerks. Stay out of my trade. Alright, help me a little. Hopefully we'll get some more trade going soon. We still have a damaged building here. I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild it. That may lure the Skaven back into this vicinity. And I'm just gonna approach the Skaven settlement. I'm not playing the stupid, you know, silent movie chase scene here with the Skaven. I'm just gonna go start whacking their settlements. Okay, Emmerich decides that now is a good time to show up after all this time of not showing up. And he has taken the Veil of Titans from us. So now I've got Emmerich marauding on one of my flanks, the Skaven marauding all over my lands. We could ignore Clan Ferric and just start marching this other army back to be helpful elsewhere. Because Clan Ferric, honestly, probably won't have the best of luck getting through my large tower settlements. Great, now we got Undercity, so now we can start kissing our money goodbye at return. Fortunately, it was only 750 there. We just need to kill Clan Rictus, and we need to kill them quickly. Alright, we got this banner, the leadership +8. I don't know what this would go great on, but... Alright, easy victory here. Snag this. I've got a factory. Let's grab an outpost here. Alright, so we've taken this settlement. I don't know if we'll be able to hold it. Marble here gives us a lot of extra raw material. So we could get a ton of raw material production here over time. But we're going to need to be all the way up at tier 3. That's going to take almost all of our money to accomplish. Tier point rate, I'm not really particularly worried about either of those, but I will like to have some more defense here. Alright, what should we do about Clan Ferric? They have abandoned tribal slaughter, apparently. I guess if I start losing settlements over here to Emmerich, which does suck, and I don't like.
I will not humiliate myself.
Blood Peak's got better defenses, but it's still not amazing. It's not going to be enough to stop
laughable idea.
an angry dragon. I didn't expect Emmerich to continue doing very well because he had a lot of people after him, but he somehow managed to escape up here and still manages to possess a full stack army conveniently right next to our territory. It makes me wonder, where is this? He's going to attack village, of course. I wonder if I could convince him instead to come attack Emmerich for me. So let's see whether we can get Kolek to agree to come put a beat down on Emmerich so that we can maybe maintain our efforts here against Clan Ferric, because there is a lot of territory up here that we could steal off of Clan Ferric and make up for stuff we might potentially lose to Emmerich over there. And honestly, we killed the Greenskins, which was one of our big issues there. Let's go ahead and snag an outpost, and we'll do the next one as a factory. Alright. I'm gonna keep going with Fervent Fodder here because we really need our units to be performing at max tier since it's a Hobgobbo army. And we're gonna finish up Dodge 'em here as well. And then Get 'em will be a good one eventually to have as well. So that'll pretty much maximize the capabilities of our our units.
Anfa Grimazul.
Not sitting on a ton of cash or other materials, so I'm probably going to wait a turn. This army just finished taking Mount Silverspear. It's going to have to continue. I see what's probably more Clan Rictus territory to our south here, so that's where I need to head next, and hopefully we'll be able to actually catch their armies in combat. I haven't even had a battle so far this episode, which is irritating. Skaven, of course, like all other AI factions, tend to be pretty bad at seeking engagements with your army. They really just seek your minor settlements, and that ends up being a losing scenario for them. And some people continue to argue this every time I say this, but it is a bad strategy for the AI to target your minor settlements. I know people will be like, well, Eric, what hurts your income? It pulls your armies away. It is not a good strategy. By not killing your army, they are leaving you in a position to fight back effectively against them. Very effectively, in fact. And so the Skaven are in this case, any AI faction is making a grave mistake. They should seek my armies, seek to destroy my armies, because if they can destroy my army, they can take out all of my settlements. If they don't destroy my armies, then they are not going to accomplish anything of note. It just isn't going to happen. Because they're just going to be outmatched when you turn around with your army and come back after them. Plus, a lot of times the AI will split up and kind of head in multiple directions after they hit a small settlement, and rather than keeping their armies in one force coming after your army, when they split up like that, it makes them vulnerable yet again. So they make themselves vulnerable in many ways, and it is not the game that they should be playing. Clan Ferric continues to run away from me again and not seek any type of decisive engagement. And there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna do what I can. Let's take a look at our convoy and tech situation. Just kind of keep working on some of this industrial tech. And then, our labor situation needs a little bit of redressing. There we go. I believe I have a convoy. Yeah, that's 2 turns from picking up a fair bit of labor. And then we've got another convoy, 2 of them that are still returning to capital. Alright. So, good deal. Alright, let's go ahead and get another turn ended here. Imminent rebellion, and that is down where our army's at, so that's not a huge deal. It's gonna be a Skaven rebellion there, but we can handle it amongst the other Skaven that we're having to deal with. Hopefully, the big Dragon Ogre is gonna take on my mission to go after the Knights of Calador. He should be well equipped to do so with his anti-large capabilities. Tretch is going to go after the same small settlement again, accomplishing nothing for his efforts, so congratulations to Tretch on being an ignoramus Skaven moron, and like I said, accomplishing nothing. Well done, Tretch. You're meeting expectation in terms of what I would expect from Skaven lore-wise, which is being a bunch of scheming, imbecilic nincompoops. I'm going to take the labor because we are a little low on labor in certain areas right now. Except, alright, the labor situation's still well in control. The only way we're going to stop Clan Ferric is to take their territory. This Skaven rebellion here is annoying. It is behind my lines, though we are about to have an improved garrison. So I don't know how well the Skaven are going to do against an improved garrison here. And I could put in this prototype mortar to help us against them as well. could rush the construction on that, but it's going to kill off a bunch of my labor there as well. Repair these buildings. Let's just start building it, and we'll kind of play this one out by here. I'm going to... I did the repair on those buildings. I'm going to move forward in an ambush right in front of Mount Greyhag and hopefully lure Tret, or its infected whatever, back over here. We'll see. I thought it was Tretch that had done the raiding there previously. But as we're being kind of annoyed on territory, let's go ahead and continue to push into more new territory, like at the Pillar of Skulls here. We find a large group of Skaven here. What is the map like in this case? Okay, they get a settlement. Let's just encircle it. If they come out to fight me, I feel like with the Iceforge Legion... Oh no, they have an army outside. I can attack this army outside, and then their reinforcements will have to follow. Though their reinforcements may come from a strange direction because of the way I've chosen this. But when I look at their initial army here, I think the Iceforge Legion gives me a pretty good advantage. So let's go check this out. Right, it's time to get the battle underway. The Skaven are not... I don't think they're going to be compelled to come to me. They're probably going to want to wait on their reinforcements. I'm going to use the long range of the Iceforge Legion to see if I can cause some damage early. They may want to gather up all their reinforcements first. I deployed my infantry slightly out of range of theirs. Out of the range of their catapults, I should say. Was that shot literally that ineffective? I didn't see any hit point damage. They had 6 kills. That was weak. Some weak stuff, Iceforge Legion. I don't know if it lets me fire in. Let's see if I can manually do the Iceforge Legion. Maybe. Only one of them, probably. Yeah, it looks like I can only control one of them, but we'll make it count. Come on, Iceforge Legion. Reach out there. Ooh, one of them hit just a second ago. Oh! I killed a few of them. Okay. Alright. So I'm just attempting to get some damage done on their Plague Claw catapults. That will rob them of their range and force them to come attack my position. It looks like they're doing their stupid summons. And I've got a Kadai Fireborn summon that we can use as well. What are they shooting at, by the way? Oh, my cannons. Just my cannons. Alright, I gotta return fire on the other Plague Claw. I don't want to use my summon unless I have to. They're about to get a lot of reinforcements. I'm surprised they didn't summon that on my cannon. I mean, wouldn't that have made a lot more sense? Just saying. And again, I don't know when we've ever expected the Skaven to make sense. Ooh, that shortfall there actually trashed that Storm Vermin pretty good. They've still got both their Plague Claws, and both are capable of firing. They're still doing a whole lot of repositioning here, too. Alright, Iceforge Legion, make me proud. Let's land some big hits. This is not the best unit for taking out artillery pieces. It's really better against, like, kind of expensive infantry. I think the reinforcements showed up, because now the Skaven are kind of going across the map. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe out one of these guys with the Fireborn summon. See if we can finish the other one, because I'd like to start focusing my fire on their higher tier infantry units. Okay, we should get that Plague Claw catapult completely gone. Boom. Alright, let's go get the other one. Iceforge Legion gets some shots in there. It's got 136 kills already. I'll take that. I need to move my army just a little bit here. I'm gonna move this army up to meet the oncoming Skaven. Okay, we got rid of both Plague Claws, so that is good news. Another summon just popped up. I'm gonna get rid of it with my Skin Wolves real quick. We need to hit that Plague Monk. Alright, So let's take our cannon. I'm going to target down some of these Night Runners and Night Runner Slingers. Let's see if we can murder that Plague Claw a little. I'm going to get a counter charge here. And then we need to kill their leader, so I'm going to get Gordas. Alright, let's see what we can do. Throw a little help here. Trying to tag team up on their lord. It's not necessarily going great. There's a large group of Skaven reinforcements incoming. Let's go see if we can get rid of some of these local slinger units. And let's turn our Iceforge Legion onto this blob over here. I see a high-value Storm Vermin target on the way. Alright, we are definitely gooning their Warlord out of the fight. That should help from a leadership standpoint pretty significantly. Let's go after those Skaven Slave Slingers. See if we can get a quick punch on those. Okay, we got rid of their leader. I need to reposition some of these infantry units now that we beat back that initial assault. Where's Gordas? Still here. We had a summon come in. We're about to end up with a huge blob over here. We'll see if we can take advantage of that with the Iceforge Legion. We're being chased by Storm Vermin. Let's take them on a long run around. Oh, not Warp Lightning. Please, not the Warp Lightning. Alright, this blob needs to be the target now for the Iceforge Legion. And my archers need to just kind of stand back. Let's get those wolf rats. I need one last unit here. Okay, we're gonna try and come around. Iceforge Legion. We got a lot going on here. I need to... Why is this turned the wrong direction? It was targeted elsewhere. Come on. Bunch of garbage. If one burning head would have finished this fight in no time as well. Alright, I'm gonna do some manual targeted fire and just kind of hope our lines can hold out here. We're gonna blast back this huge Skaven blob. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Pretty good. We've pushed the blob back to some extent. I'm gonna roll these wolves in around the enemy. I don't want my units to go too far off chasing. Let's put a summon up here to help hold this as well. Iceforge Legion, just... This unit needs to roll back, not get too far out. If we can get to these routing units and keep them routing, that would be huge. Oh, some of them are coming back. I'm trying to get the pressure on here. There's a Skaven Slave Spear trying to bring these guys back into the fight. I'm going to try and keep these units routing. Okay, what else can we do? Let's throw these guys in here. Gordas, where are you at? Wolves. I have a wolf unit that can help with that chase out too. How's our leader doing? Our leader is holding his ground. I've got a wolf unit and some more hobgobbos here. We are driving the Skaven back out of this fight. Land rats. Okay, let's just keep the pressure on. The Iceforge Legion has been absolutely instrumental here in helping drive us towards victory. We are not out of this yet, though. I actually need Gordas. Let's head over here. I need to do some short fire shots right here into this blob. I need to put a hurt on these Storm Vermin. It looks like they're kind of wanting to collapse. Get down! There we go. Alright, yep, we got a couple of solid hits there. Alright, Hell Cannon definitely has its uses. And we were chasing these units to keep them off the battlefield. Enough of them came back from routing here that we can't continue it. Let's change some of that targeting. The Skaven keep coming back from routing, and it's all of my units are now in like a really discombobulated, awkward formation. Like, it's really kind of working against me, to be honest. There's a storm vermin with halberd right here in the middle of... Came back from routing. Just kind of stay on top of these skirmish units with their skin wolves. Doing my best to try and keep these units on the run. Okay, this wolf unit's way too far out. Let's pull it back in. Where does... Get in here and help knock these guys out. I'm trying to bring my archers back into a safe position. Some of my infantry is out ahead of itself and probably gonna die now, unfortunately. Let's try and drop a shot right there. Wolves keep moving. We are winning. I mean, it's a huge numbers game here, where the numbers are not in our favor. But the Iceforge Legion is really paying dividends here. It's got 600 kills, and it is causing major leadership problems for the Skaven. And that looks like we may have just caused army losses. We did. So that is going to get rid of a ball of Skaven here. Huge number of kills for our army. Interesting way to end the episode. I think the unfortunate part of this, though, is that a lot of these units are going to escape alive, meaning I'm still going to have to potentially face them if we want to take over the settlement. So I'm going to go ahead and end the battle here. Alright, well, we killed an absolutely tremendous number of Skaven there. Like I said, I don't know if our performance was quite good enough to get us into the settlement without major losses still, but we at least did a lot of damage. I mean, a whole lot of damage. If I go into an encamp stance, it's going to leave the Skaven hurting pretty significantly on the next turn. So I'll go ahead and encamp, get as much of our power back together as we can. We got some skill points there, which is great, because we finished Fervent Fodder. I could go to Firing Drills now, which will help our archers, but I'm actually going to spend this here, and we really need to unlock the Burning Head. As you all have seen in there, like a Burning Head or two would help, along with the Iceforge Legion, to get rid of these Skaven a whole lot faster. But that's going to be pretty much all the time we have for now. Bloodthirsty Rage, they need stabbing. What does they need stabbing do? Come on! There we go. Okay, it's a debuff. Alright, I was wondering if any more of those gave, like, army-wide buffs. Let's do Get 'em, because it's going to increase speed and charge bonus to a significant extent. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be absolutely awesome. That means our Hobgoblins are going to hit pretty hard on the charge now. So, Busted Hobgoblins incoming. Hope you all enjoyed the episode. HeirofCarthage signing up for now. I'll see you soon with some more action from Total War Warhammer 3.